Alrighty, here is my 1995 Nissan 240 SX. I'll start at the outside, walk around, and then I will go there's so much stuff to list, so I'll just start from the back and go to the front. It is starting to get sunset here, so probably going to be fighting the sun for a little bit, but try and get that out of the frame as much as I can. Obviously there'll be pictures online, so you don't have to rely on the video. Alright, so we'll start with the back. Got the kooky wing, and I apologize if I mispronounce anything. I am not Japanese, so I'm not going to be able to pronounce half the names that I'm going to be saying. Alrighty. Paint is fading on the back bumper. I'll start down low here. Have the Apexi Noir exhaust, 3-inch all the way back, no cat. Then I also have I think they called it 9K Racing rear diffuser. That's been fitted on there. Looks quite nice. Everybody's got those kooky rear valences, but why when you can be a little different? Walk around there. You can see. Going to the wheels next. Those are the Nismo LMGT4s, bronze. Now these will not be coming with the car. Well, I'll put it in the notes. But if I have sold my white TE37s, then these will come on the car. Otherwise, my white TE37s will be on here, and you'll see the picture of those too. But same specs on both sets of wheels. Rears are 18 by 10.5, 15 offset. Same tire specs too. The rears are 255, 35, 18. Got the kooky side skirts on there. Bought those brand new. Had them painted up. It's hardware. All the original hardware is used. They're mounted correctly. We'll go on to the front wheels here. Same specs as the other ones. 18, 9.5. With a 225 40, and as you can see, big brake kit in there. I don't know if you can see that real well. AP Racing 14-inch big brake kit. Keep going around, maybe you can see it better on the other side. Well, not any better on the other side. Keep going around here. Nice side. Obviously it's been lowered. It's been lowered on teen type flex. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. And also rocking in all the corners here. We have both back corners. We got SPL tow rods, traction arms and camber arms. All the titanium hardware version. Sorry you can't see that in there, but has been lowered. Rear flares. Did that with a Powered by Max fender roller. Fronts have just been rolled. Haven't been pulled in the front. Also, the headlights have been retrofitted with RX 330 projectors. The corner lamps have been retrofitted with LEDs, as you'll see later, and the blinkers have been retrofitted with LEDs. Got a front view of that. Hopefully try and knock out the sun here. There you go. Also have the lip, the OEM lip on there, and the Sylvia grill. around, take a look on the inside. Battery's dying, of course, just my luck. Onto the inside here. This does have the power doors. Rear speakers were painted jet black, so they're not all dinged up. AM boost gauge, and then I also have my, get some light in here. Can't see. I'll open up this door. There we go. And also have the stack gauges in there. Turn those on. Nismo shift knob. Gretty boost controller. Just a normal Alpine radio. Then I also have the iPod connector for that, so you can always throw your iPod or iPhone in there. In here is the Gretty turbo timer. Close that up, and then in here we have the Apexi Neo air fuel controller, and I also got the T wrenches and the little damper control, Allen key, and then the wheel lock. Wheel locks, you can see those right there. Give those to you separately. They tend to scratch up the wheels, so you need to like put some tape around them when you actually put the wheels on and off. And here is the dash, little Momo steering wheel, all the floor mats, front and rear floor mats. Let's just fire it up. Actually, before we fire it up, let's walk through the engine here. We'll fire it up and do exhaust at the end. Alrighty, so this is the engine. SR20 rebuilt, rebuilt. I say rebuilt, but it was torn apart, inspected, put all new seals, new water pump. About 35,000 miles ago. All new gaskets, everything. Cleaned up and painted, obviously. I got a custom intake, sheet metal intake. I don't know who built it, but works good for what it is. Guess I don't have anything to compare it to. Then I also have the S15. I think they're 440cc injectors. Nismo front brace and oil cap. Then I also have the diff water neck adapter for the coolant temp sensor. There's the Gretty boost solenoid, Apexi filter, custom all welded black piping. Then the battery, as you can see, has been relocated to the back. Let's see here. And then as you're noticing that Gretty oil relocation filter adapter, used all XRP fittings. I don't know if you can see that. And hoses. Goes to a Tomy block adapter. Let's continue. It's got full AC. AC works, heat works. Power steering works. I did brake flush about 5,000 miles ago when I put the new front brakes on. So it's got AP racing fluid in there. Also put new calipers when my right rear caliper is leaking. So I replaced those both with brand new calipers. Basically did all new brakes about 5,000 miles ago. Then there's the top of the coilovers. As exhaust is concerned, Tomy Extreme exhaust manifold. Then I also have the downpipe, the Tomy downpipe. That's hooked to an S15 dual ball bearing turbo. Bought new with the put in the engine. And then I also have CX Racing radiator, and then you'll notice those big honking fans, which are both dual spout 12-inch Polar fans, 12 or 11, I can't remember, but either way, you turn them bitches on, they'll cool your engine down before you even know it. Those, if you can see, those are the 2 relays, 2 each, so if one fails, which, you know, these things are bulletproof, but if one does fail, you just, the other ones will be sufficient to cool it. And then those are the headlights. What else am I missing? Oh yeah, the oil cooler, filter relocation. Then that also runs to the front here. I don't know if y'all can see that, to a big, I think it's 24 row. Yeah, I forgot the name. The name escapes me. Anyway, 24 row oil cooler. Cannot remember who made that. Oh well, it'll be in the notes. There's so much stuff on here I don't even remember some of the time. And then also CX Racing front mount. Let's see here. Anything else am I forgetting? Anyway, bulletproof. I'll fire her up so you can hear it run. So you can also see the gauges come up. Now the water temp gauge is actually connected to the fan, so once this water temp gauge, and this is on the output of the engine, once the water temp gauge hits like, oh, what is that? I have it set at, I got it about $1.90. Once it hit 190, the fans turn on, and then it'll cool it down until it gets lower than 190. You can also set, and these gauges, the stat gauges are phenomenal. You can set them to whatever outputs you want him to turn stuff on or throw warning lights or whatever. Same thing with the oil pressure. I don't have anything hooked up to that. And then the last one is your air fuel ratio gauge. Fire it up. That'll start. That takes 30 seconds to warm up, so that'll. And then, as you can see here, let's see if that warms up. Those also, you can set those to change colors, blue once it goes below, or you can have it set to go up. Go. We'll idle about 1100. Fuel tank was replaced about 1,000 miles ago with a brand new one, also brand new fuel sender. So the fuel gauge works perfectly. That's another plus there. Let's see. To the engine. I'll show you the lights on the front. I'll turn the driver lights on. See, those are pretty bright. So, white on there. Those are amber on the sides. And I will turn the HIDs on. And then the driver lights on the bottom will turn off once the HIDs turn on. Turn the blinkers on here for you. No problem seeing those. Nobody will be able to bitch at you and say that they didn't see you. Babe, come over here and hit the throttle a couple times. That would be great. Once again. Brakes. Yeah, like throttle. Not windshield wipers. Turn them off. My hazard button. This is going on YouTube. There you go. There you go. More. There you go. You can shut her off. Oh, hold on. There's those. I said hold on, but that's fine. I said hold on after you. That's fine.
Mom, I'm supposed to go to Zaxby's.
I don't want to go to Zaxby's. I'm trying to show a dang car here. Sunroof's been replaced, but the paint's not, you know, the best. But it is 20-year-old paint. Coming up on 20 anyway. Yeah, that exhaust doesn't kill you on the highway. Doesn't give you any annoying drone.
Do you want to go?
And that's about it for it. Get some pictures. There you can see those brakes in there. Let's see if you can see them. No, ain't gonna happen. So, well, that's about it. Trying to think of anything else. Short shifter in there. Oh, another thing I forgot. Fire this up. Actually, see that bad boy come up. And those are the fans you're hearing in the background. Those things will move air like you have no idea. I mean, it's just, I don't know if you can see that. We'll just take that all the way down. And it's just standing still. It's not even doing anything, and it's going to go down. Cigarette lighter works. That's about it. Everything works. Windshield wipers work. Sunroof works. Power locks work. Windows, powered windows work. Mirrors, yeah, those work. Even my keyless key fob works. There you go. One last final walk around here. Sure, there's stuff I'm forgetting. Trunk's fading. Story of my life. So, there you go. Basically borderline. Throw some track wheels on it and take it to the racetrack. Everything was done right. None of this hoopty 240 coming down the road. When I tell people I have a 240, they laugh at me. Little do they know. Guess I'll go over the suspension settings. Front's got negative 1.7 camber, no toe, and then the rear's at negative 1.6 camber. So 255 tire is pretty big. With more camber, obviously you could throw a bigger tire on there, but 255 and 255 and 225. I mean, anything bigger, and I think you're overdoing it. So, there you go, boys and girls. Windshield wipers work. Nice little car. I'll miss it. But can't afford a track car.